for round number 1 with an updated list of our Jeskai Ascendancy deck that we came in 12th in the last challenge with. A couple of interesting updates, but we'll see how it fares in a league here today. Alright, we're on the draw. Okay, it's pretty good. This doesn't have a lot of interaction if they're an aggro deck, but... Ooh, opponent down to 6, down to 5. I guess we're on the play. Apparently I can't read. Randy Savage on a Mold of 4. Lead on a Triome here. Mold of 4. Oh, is it green aggro? Yeah. On green devotion most likely. Oh, that's a real gut punch for them. I'll lead on some ops here. Yeah, this kind of deck, if... Alright, let's see how big they can get. So you're gonna nick those here, 3 mana. Nick those 5 mana. Okay. I'm gonna say that would be... Well, they're in trouble. They don't know it yet, but they're in trouble. We're gonna put those on top, mainly just because we put just about any spell on top there. Red, white, blue. Well, it's not a bad start. Opponent's Mold of 4 looked pretty good. Alright, they found a second land. Level up, sure. Well, our deck's trying to put them out of their misery, I guess. Let's say we're gonna Tameo to look for Jeskai Ascendancy, but we found it instead. And we just have a... It's not a win guaranteed, but iterations a lot. Well, we have iteration into Tameo, which, again, if iteration into Tameo isn't lethal, it's already pretty close at 5 lands at 3/4. Yeah, it should be lethal anyway. Alright. We need to make sure we have blue-red. Land. They don't even need to see another spell? Okay. Makes sense. I mean, a Mold of 4 where you get 4 for 1 is not what you're looking for. We want our bonus removal, our Aether Gusts, our Mentors. Matchup where Tameo... Cruise is still pretty good, but they play Scavenging Ooze. That makes it a little worse. So I want to cut it down a little. I just think that Chain to the Rocks is a lot worse in a matchup like this, where they're almost assuredly going to have enchantment removal. We just want to rely on our actual damage-based removal. We can keep some number in. I guess we can keep some in, just because their Hydras will get big. And a lot of their creatures get out of range with the Planeswalkers. I'm gonna trim down 1. I want to keep these. A lot of times I'll like trim this in a matchup like this where they're really fast. And like I think that's reasonable since we bring in 2 other like win conditions here. I'm just thinking if with the amount of interaction they might have with Ascendancy, if we really want to keep 4 or 5 or 3 or 4 in. I don't think this is Escape to the Wilds. Even if they have Scavenging Ooze, like 1 to 2s isn't enough to make me trim that hard on this. Just enough to consider 1. Maybe we just don't care about them blowing up a Chain of the Rocks. Definitely want these. Cruise is fine. I want all our 1-drops. Gust, Planning. Yes, it's between like... No, I can't dump Planning. But maybe 1 iteration just because it's really a 3-drop and we don't know that many 3-drops in a matchup like this. I think that's fine. Played against this matchup twice in the challenge last weekend. We lost both game 1s and won games 2 and 3, so winning game 1 feels real nice. Yeah, Alright, well this hand's great. Triome into Caryatid, always good. And if they lead on an elf, yep. If we draw a red land, we'll just kill it. Otherwise, we're just gonna get a Triome down. We just need their hand not to be exceedingly explosive. Mentor into Ascendancy is a lot of fire. Okay. Yeah, 3 mana. That was 5 mana. Alright, they have the most explosive hand. Okay, oh, they're looking for a Vivian, which would be very bad for us. Karen Brig, okay. Yeah, alright, well they had their best possible hand for the most part, just like turn 2 Vivian. Yeah. So now... 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nope, we're just dead. They have turn 3 Ulamog. Alright, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Garenberg, yeah. Okay. We'll die. I was gonna say, assuming they didn't have 10 mana here, we'd go with Caryatid to try and just accelerate into an Ascendancy win. But yeah, turn 3 Ulamog will get us. Again, like having the 1-drop of removal is really important in this matchup, but we don't have a ton of ways to get a 1-drop down on the draw. Like, this hand is fine on the play because we'll actually get to interact with their elf before they use it. Like, that's one of the imperative differences in this matchup, is if they have their most explosive hands and you're on the draw, you just gotta shrug. It's one of the inherent things about this style of deck. We would have loved a tap land there, because now if we draw a tap land, it's slightly out of order, but it's not a big deal. We can planning to look for a land. Did they keep a ranger or burning tree? Have they had elf double burning? I was gonna say elf double burning tree, but every game is a little rough for us, but single burning tree is fine. Wow, that's pretty brutal to just miss on land there. Oh, gross. Okay. It's a 3 mana visionary. We're gonna kill the visionary. Just again, keep them contained on mana. Really would like to draw a land here. Okay, that's a good land. I think we're just gonna keep up the Aether Gust here. 4 mana is just like scary enough. I really don't want them to get a Vivian down. Especially when we already have the combo in hand. Yeah, we just want this 1 turn of tempo. Well, I might have opt, we can more aggressively use this treasure cruise. If they just slam, okay. Yep, gust, probably put a counter on there. I think 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Play Ascendancy. I want to pass their draw step. Yeah, get that out of there. I don't actually need the land here, so we'll just get rid of that. Thought about getting rid of the Mentor, but if they blow up our Ascendancy here, we need to have a backup plan to not just die. Because we can play Mentor, play Opt, play Cruise. Okay. 2, 3, 4. I could just play another Vivian. Okay, now they could play a 6-drop. Should be exactly lethal because we had to shock there. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, if they have exactly boring clicks, we die. Okay, they didn't. That's not bad. Okay, so I'm gonna shock here. Because if they have a wilt, I want to be able to opt and still... I guess we've used both Aether Gust, so it wouldn't matter. Go land. Alright, seems like they're just dead now. Yeah, just keep this churning, but they're dead. Nice. So it took turn 2 Vivian, turn 3 Ulamog to beat us, but otherwise we got him. Ooh. Nice to beat a deck that did so well in the challenge too, with 2 top 8s and quite a few high placers. Alright, back round number 2. Well, I guess we're doing this again, huh? Hello, Bandu. Well, this time they're on the play. Okay. Or this Tamio to start. On the draw? Maybe just go to the Ascendancy and assume if we're gonna be here a while. Bunker in. A little elf. Ooh. Turn 3 Radiant Flames. Alright, this is a tough one. It's a good example where, like, the wrong land probably just ends our game here. Okay, so we chain. Turn 2, we just play a Fabled Passage. Turn 3, we Caryatid or Planning. Turn 4, we Radiant Flame. So what are they doing in the interim? So we chain, they probably have some form of Burning Tree Accelerant. So they go Burning Tree into Visionary. We fall so far behind, we have to chain the Visionary. So if we get the Greenland now, we get to carry it into Flames, but they might just get to Accelerate. I think we have to chain here. Gives us an extra draw step to look at what land we might need to, but... Oh, I need to turn that off. There we go. Another elf. Alright. Okay, well... I'm actually gonna take the chain to the rocks here. A tap land's the same deal here. Is this just Vivian? No. Oh, just a little Hydra? Double? Sure. Not bad at all. Double's smart, since they know I have Radiant Flames. I think if we hadn't just played them, it's unlikely, but this is still a pretty common line. I really don't want to take... We already have 2 white sources in play. I really just want to not deal with taking a bunch of damage when we don't have to. We can go a little slow. They're not really presenting us with much of a clock here. Well, this is a little bit of a clock. Oof. I can't imagine they run that many Nisas, though. A lot of the lists I thought had moved away from Nissa, but yeah, Nissa's a tough one. We're getting close to just like, when we fire this off, 2, 4, 5. They're gonna have so much mana next turn if we don't just fire this off now. I think I just do this to try and buy some more time. Again, We're not very likely to win this multi-5 on the draw, but our best way to do it is to find Jeskai Ascendancy. So if we go Carroted Planning, find like a Treasure Cruise, or at least in reasonable shape. This is a Vivian, it's gonna be real hard to beat. Oh, it's a Born Clicks? That's just 12, damn, yeah. Yeah. Alright. I feel like this is how every game won in the, we play the land, play both of these, take the cruise. Alright. I feel like this is how all the game ones against this matchup went in the actual challenge as well. Whereas, like, I feel like we should be reasonably favored game one, then we just aren't. Alright, cruise. Trim these out. Bring these right here. I'm just always reconsidering my sideboarding, but I think we're still just at the point of answer, interact, draw. I like where this is at. Still like it from last time. Well, we get to be on the play for this game. But game 3, if we get there, will be quite the challenging one. We're currently 3-0 against this deck. This hand's okay. Primarily on the back of having good mana and a Caryatid. We do have one chain that we can put onto the Triome with this Grove. Let's see if they lead. Yeah. Oh, no elf? Okay. They're always going to have A1 drop, but the times they don't have an elf is a nice look for us because we don't have to deploy awkwardly. Oh, and they have a turn 2 elf? Sure. Almost any spell here would be a nice one. Caryatid down. This Triome's almost certainly going to get cycled here. Elf. I'll chain one of them. Just restrict their mana a little bit. Play Forest so we can cycle this Triome. We'd love a Jeskai Ascendancy here. Alright, well Vivian's kind of pain, but again, we have a lot of good answers to it. I guess we don't have a lot of good answers to it so much as we have a lot of ways to mitigate it, is that's what we're gonna do. Alright. Take that one too. Well, we have a lot of mana. They have no threats currently. Okay. That's unfortunate that they brought that in, but I guess it makes sense. It was a smart card to bring in, it's just, boy, we look dumb. 3, 4, 5, 6. Two, 4, 5. Alright. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. The stop and draw step. Take 7. We'll double block with Caryatids and hope to draw a Ascendancy. Ascendancy Gigant is enough mana to go off by itself here. If this is a Vorn Clicks, we're in trouble. Looks like it. Alright. This time they got me. And the first time losing to mono green. That's okay. We'll bounce back. Alright. Hey. LZ, I think we played against them recently. I want to say we might have played against them in the challenge time. Not last challenge, the one before it. I think they're on Bant. Bant stuff. Saying it's just gonna do all the things we want to do. Alright, well. Makes it a 2, and then it'll be a 3 in time for us to Wrath. Now let's just answer this, so I'm just gonna Planning. We need a green source, so I'll take it. Oh, well. Rude, but fine. I mean, they just have to take the flames, but rude. Alright, so just green white company. I'll take R4. We always draw a second Radiant Flames, just really show them up. Alright, I mean, I guess. Alright, so it is full Bant. Alright. Just gonna spin some wheels and hope to find a way to kill that. 4, 8. Alright. 7, 8, 11. So if we shock, we're dead. If they have a blue land. Yeah, I think we're better off just getting this down, playing land. Yeah, it's probably a little hasty to get rid of the token, but yeah, so we would have been dead if we shocked. Nice, nice. But like, we can also, they're gonna make this a 7. We'll take 7 down to 6, and then we can just Radiant Flames for 2 and leave this up. I'll block. Go to 6, hope they don't just have a Coco here. Alright, well, that's pretty fine. Red, white, Red, red, white, white. 5, 6, 7. So if I just do that, I can cruise now. Alright, I think that's fine. So I get a 1/1 to block anyway. Okay, okay. Well, Spellbinder can take the impulse, then we can kill the impulse, so that's not a big deal. Or we can kill the Spellbinder. They can cruise there is a little sketch to me. Extra Ascendancy here. Yeah, they're up. 1, 2, 3. Still waiting, coming 5. We need to draw another 1-mana spell. Another Linvala. Not ideal for us, but blue. We just need a 1-drop. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Plus 10. Pick 3. Or 5. So any 2 mana spell on 3 looks. Oh, that's... Radiant Flames are bust. That can actually save us. Alright. How many impulses have we used? Just 1. So we find impulse exactly. I should put this to hand first so we have something to loot for. Gives us way more shots at finding it. Except now we also need to find a land, I guess. Land's the first one. Oh, well, we have the keratin, so I lied. Ugh, god damn it. Literally, we just win if it's not exactly Archon there. That's so brutal. My own fault. Damn. Definitely want the mentor plan. They're almost surely gonna have some rest in pieces. They almost assuredly have to be collect company decks, so I don't mind these. Chains I want. Impulses are okay. Again, trim this down since we're bringing in the mentor plan. Like, the impulses are okay, but not great. It might just be a necessary evil to have more answers to Archon. Not good of a planning. God, that was brutal. The Spellbinder really proving difficult in conjunction with... This hand's great. In conjunction, not injunction. In conjunction with that Archon right at the end. I still had a good shot at it though. We gave ourselves 2, 6. Yeah, we had 6 draws at it with the Tamiyo. 6 draws out of 1 of and like 30 cards of your deck is still not good odds, but you know, as far as like things that could go terribly, and because the involves the 3/3, we have to kill it anyway. We have 2 creatures, so we take 2 off Archon. We take 2 off Archon. Block. They can't attack with the Love Struck, and then we just chump the Lumbering Falls. And then the next turn, we'd need to find a Chain to the Rocks. Yeah, we have to find, I think, Chain to the Rocks or Radiant Flames. So again, sequence of outs, but better to have outs, I suppose, than none. You always played your outs. Alright. Get Keratin. Then play a 3-drop. Is this a spell caller? Or a veto? I'm pretty okay with any outcome here. I'm just... Whoop. Not like that. I'm just gonna play this Sensei. What do you got? Nothing doing. Making a food? Okay, I mean, that's... Of all the things it could be. They could just slam a Coco here while we're tapped out, but... I think getting the Ascendancy down now gives us a lot of value. Huh, well. Yeah, that'll be bad for us. That's okay. Actually, this blocks this, but I really don't want to play a land first. All right. Iteration to hand, show him another Ascendancy. You got another one, opponent. We could have just done that in the opposite order, like gone for a second iteration, but we would need to play the land first, so you lose so much value when you can't get a land drop off iteration. Okay. Oh, I like that. Let's start here. Induces a Coco right now if they have one. Let's get that out of here. Untap this. Assume it's gonna go to the bottom. Yep. Little blue. I like that one. Let's get rid of the board. Rid of iteration. Well, we boarded out the Tamiya, so we don't actually care about what's in our graveyard. I guess we should just leave the Ascendancy so that, ooh, nice. So that they'd think we have Tamiyas in our deck, but okay. Grab Gigantha and pass. Losing 2 expressive iterations there is a little rough, but we just have to win this next turn with Awakening into Radiant Flames. Although I guess it's not technically the win, we still need some amount of card advantage, but for Dane, sure. Sure. Damping Sphere is one of those cards that, like, it feels like it should be better against this deck, it just isn't very good. I think we just have time to slam Gigantha here. Give it like one more turn to draw. Let's give ourselves one more turn to draw basically any spell. Again, we're 18, we're under no pressure. Damping Sphere's not gonna do much, especially with the Gigantha. Okay, that'll do. Red, blue, white. Give us a little bit more knowledge if we want to go off right now, or just attack them for 6 and move on. I guess attack for a lot more than 6 here, right? It will be lethal. Yeah. So it's lethal either way, because even with just the animated lands, the impulse, and the Gigantha, we kill them. So we don't have to go crazy there, we just do enough. Bringing the Wilt. Like I said, the planning isn't really, or the sphere isn't really actually that good against Ascendancy, the way it's built now. But it's a nice card to have. They always interact with Ascendancy. Maybe we just want all 4. No, I think the Mentor is just the better win condition in this kind of matchup. Like, this is a good backup, and we don't want to go too low because the filtering's really nice. I think Chain of the Rocks gets a little bit sketchy since they're bringing in things like Knights. I also don't hate Wilt just as a way to redraw. Alright, let's see how this goes. Good old Nissa versus Jaya. Yeah, that's fine. So we already have 4 lands. One elf, sure. Alright, we're definitely just gonna lead on this and cycle this on 3. Okay. And having no 3-drop makes me want to get rid of this elf. Just like keep the tempo down. That makes me not want to do that, so I'm not going to. Oh, Cage is such a nice... But they could get it off in sense, so I'm just going to take the iteration, get closer to our game plan. See, there's this weird tension where they want to main phase this Coco to play around Aether Gust, but they can't because they know about Radiant Flames. I don't know about this one. I think the tension between these two is I mean, you don't know the numbers, right? You get the advantage here of Spellbinder, but it's still a little bit like, maybe I don't hit a Spellbinder and I have a Radiant Flames. This looks bad. In fact, if I just draw Radiant Flames here, takes the iteration. How rude. Six. So do this on 4. I think I'm just gonna cycle. I think we just cycle and then we chain to the rock cycle. And we iteration. Alright, they can get the Redana out of range, but then we just chain it. This is where we just rip a Radiant Flames. We don't mind Radiant Flames, we are in a little bit of... Ugh. Oh, that's not it. Never in doubt. Why even doubt it? Just a highly skilled magician. That's why we build our deck the way we build it, though. Now we get to iteration. Knight, get back Redane, sure. That was always a fair consideration, but I don't think we could really worry too much about that. Gus is a pretty good one. I'll take the opt, I guess. Can't cast it, funnily enough, because we already have our island. Archon, sure. 4, 6. So bad for us. Still just need to find a another Radiant Flames. Should have at least one more basic, right? 2 more, okay. Another red mana. Play this. Play this. Okay, we'll go to 2. They got 1 spell. We need to find a removal spell for Archon, and then we most likely win. We'll go to 2. We get a couple of looks. Another Archon would be the worst case. Radiant Flame still just answers all of this, so looking for another one. Well, I guess we should have done that in response to Jeskai Ascendancy. If it's the next card down, we deserve to die. Nowhere near. Alright. Tough one for sure. Didn't play that last turn very tight, but Archon's a tough one. We managed to deal with the first wave, but the Archon there turning off our win game 1 and game 3 right when we had it, rough. Alright. Back for round number 4. Let's see if we can... this is unreal. Just 2 AM Pioneer things. So we're gonna assume they're playing Bant again. On the draw again? Sure. This might just be like the funniest set of cues I've seen in a hot minute. Unreal. Alright. Gonna hold you for Archon. Well, I guess we didn't have to hold it then. Otherwise. Get in there. Definitely put that to hand. We'll put the land in play. It's not a blue land for opt, but that's okay. We're not in quite a hurry since we've mostly cleaned up the board in this Coco here. Okay, not a Coco, that's fine. Oh no. Opponent kept 2 Archons, we kept 2 Chain to the Rocks. Alright. We established our mana. I mean, this opt to find us something. The 3rd Archon? Okay. The Luminarch? Yeah. Okay, probably just gonna make a big Love Struck Beast, because, yeah. Makes sense to me. Oh, into the bottom. Sure. We want to not tap our Word Taurus. A lot of resources, but I think the continual stream of resources is better here. Not to mention, we just sort of get a huge mana boost. This just keep swimming. Lead away land. Big and expressive. Spin those wheels. Yeah, Cruise is a good one. We'll even show to him. We're just gonna combo off this turn. Blue, red. All right, we got it. All right. On to game 2. I want this. I want the mentors. We actually didn't find them. Is tagging the Coco angle really worth it? Didn't really actually have anything for our graveyard. I'm wondering, like, they never interacted with our graveyard. I'm kind of wondering if, like, maybe it's just not worth it to fight on this axis. I think I like this. I'm gonna try this instead. Just keep it a little slimmer. Not really fight over the Coco package. Like, I don't think that's an area we want to be one-for-running on. Based on how the last match went. We're on the draw with an opt to look for land, but the problem is that, like, we can't even cast our chains. Like, if this was a Jeskai Triumph, I think I'd be closer to talking myself into it, but I think either way, get out of here. This is better. It's a tiny bit slow. Get rid of this escape. Like, this is still a really slow hand, but the hope is that Radiant Flames catches us up enough. Yep, elf. Okay, so now we can get Forest into Sacred Foundry into turn 3 Radiant Flames, which is a much better look for us. Oh, that's unfortunate for that. Alright, well. Okay, so this Radiant Flames is gonna clean house. Grab a Forest here. It's me, Sylvan Keratin. You remember me? Oh, this mana base is, well, tragic at times. Archon. Okay, well, you're not gonna like how this tastes. I'm gonna have to kill my own Keratin, but that's okay. So it goes. Yeah, I mean, fair. I don't think we're ever passing up on a 4-for-1 here, but they have another Archon? No? Okay. Okay. Oh, we can't even do that without playing this first. Hope their last card is not a way to interact with Jeskai Ascendancy. So we get to cruise. I mean, we're taking 6 and then 7. Okay. If they can't interact with Ascendancy, we at least get. Oh no, don't pay cost. No Coco. Wow. This had 3 1-drops Archon double Coco. Huh. Okay, well. I guess. I mean, 7, 8, 8, and 11 is lethal. Okay. This can give hexproof or indestructible. Alright. Our outs are somewhat limited. Less so now. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Need to find a chain to the rocks for these, though. Like, could make it indestructible. Like, if they make it indestructible, they did it! Goodness! They had lethal, they didn't, right? Or, I guess it was 9 either way, so this just makes a wider set of threats. But still lethal either way, right? This Triumph, since we can just play land. So now we can do this. Hope my math isn't wrong. Unlikely. I was thinking about it like, okay, well, we have a lot of engines, so now we just need, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If my math is right, this is 9 damage, right? 4, 6, 9, yep. So, we find Sylvan Awakening, and we win. But we need Awakening and a untap land if we have to cast Iteration. Alright, I mean, that makes Iteration not an option, but Opt is about an Iteration here. Sylvan Awakening. Okay, start here. Found the untap land, though. Harry did, you're not the one. This gives us another redraw. It's the same difference as keeping an Opt in that we get the same redraw here. Oh, we miss. All right. Anything we can draw? I think the answer is no, but all right. Damn. Drawing the Spellbinder. All right, we're too far away to get it anyway. Damn. That was savagely close. I know I said I don't want to fight the Coco hands, but like maybe. I mean, I don't think that would have been helpful. So we still would have had to have Radiant Flamed when we did. I still think this is a reasonable way to attack the plan. I think barring few situations there, I don't hate our spot. Alright. I don't hate this hand. We have Caryatid, we have removal, we have planning. We have a lot of mana, so we'll be able to just develop. Okay, they're not coming out quick. Good. Freeze is good, especially with planning already. Elf. Planning. I'm gonna take the Ascendancy. Caryatid. I'm tapping with 6 mana. You just go Passage, Crack, Cruise. Not a bad turn. We'll have 2 mana, so we can chain if we need to. Spellbinder? Sure. Seems like a show of weakness to me. God, that feels like a show of weakness to me. But I need to save this for Archon, so. Maybe they just have a dispute and that's why they're doing this. Like that's an above reasonable take, but. No. Again, we have a big man advantage. We know they don't have the dispute. We get to opt and just keep digging. Or just pulling ahead. I guess big man advantage is a little loose. Alright, so this looks like the Coco. Down to 17. Ooh, Mentor's a good one. Big fan of that. Okay. Get this Mentor down. We're gonna go wide. It's a collective company they're trying to do. Spell Queller. Okay. Get this going. We're gonna attack from a different angle, friend. Like, these ascendancies are just monks. Another benefit of hitting the spell queller is that unless they hit a Knight of Autumn at instant speed, it's just getting it back isn't doing much other than having a 2/3. We're gonna play an Ascendancy and cycle some. That's not how that works, friend. You gotta do that in the other order. Yeah. Yeah. So they got a Archon, huh? Start by cycling this. Ooh. I like that. Only got one spell to cast. I like it being a big one. And then tap land here. Even though they can eat that, they're still taking 5. Like, they're just taking it? Okay. Ah. Well, this will be unfortunate for them when we have this wilt. We got monks in the house. We'll take 5. Cycle. These monks prowessed up. There we go. Found it. So this league has been win, they get revenge. Lose, we get revenge. Spicy. That's just 2 AM things. Alright. Catch me back for round number 5. Ah, here we go for round number 5. A fresh opponent. No full house today. We're on the play. Oh, this sounds great. Oh, we're playing a mirror? Carried Ascendancy is hard to turn down, even if we're playing the mirror. I mean, they could be a couple decks, but the most likely one right now, yeah, is either the mirror or Niv. On this. They also have a carried? Yeah. Ooh. Just looting here. Let's keep our cycling so we can hopefully find more answers. Alright, yeah, we're definitely playing a mirror now. Yeah, seems good. Alright, another planning. Alright. Well, that's just lethal. We can still catch. I guess we can lead on planning instead. There we go. It's us. The game one winner is... cast this treasure cruise. They're just gonna F6. Alright. Click now. 18. I'll do this as I should. Time to kill him. I saw a little turn 4 in the mirror. Alright, on to game 2. Wilt Veto. Radiant Flames. Impulse. Bring in Mentor. Bring in Escape. I don't mind either of these. I don't love them though, but like we don't really want Chain to the Rocks. Just want to go fast. I really do just want to go fast. A couple pieces of interactions, but otherwise just go fast. They show us a Monastery Mentor, they get us, but Mentor just loses to the combo. It's kind of the awkward part. Like, you still just want to be a combo deck that has the Mentor as a backup plan, not as the forefront in your combo mirror. Well, Sand doesn't do it. That sounds good. I'm gonna put away a cruise. The idea of putting away a cruise is though, even though we will get there, by the time we will get there, we kind of would rather have some other beneficial cards. Alright, Triumph into Caryatid into Caryatid. They have their own Caryatid, yep. Planning will be good because it lets us go planning plus Caryatid, or we can just get Mentor down and then get that going. Depends on if they play an Ascendancy. Because if they play something like an Ascendancy, we want to planning to look for a Wilt. Or just try and find like a Veto for the Awakening. Okay, well, it's a blue-green. Okay, so if they're taking the turn to planning, we probably just want to get ahead on mana. Ooh, does that change our plan at all? I think that does change our plan. We just want to be holding up our counterspell here in case they try and slam Ascendancy. They're also holding up a counterspell, it looks like. So we can just look at each other. It's me, the Monastery Mentor. They're thinking about disputing this? Full cost? Full retail? No, cycle. Okay. Well, that's a good sign. That's gonna hold my counterspell. Like, what are they gonna do? Counter either part of, or I guess they wouldn't play either card, but we'll counter an Ascendancy, counter a thing to answer as Mentor most likely. I think I'm fine countering a Treasure Cruise here. They're just holding up a veto that entire game, and then we just hit them with our own veto. Easy win in the mirror. Love to see it. Got our nice 3-2, and we'll keep iterating on the list. Thanks for watching. Hey there. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you've enjoyed this content on either Twitch or YouTube. If you did, please like or subscribe. If you didn't, be sure to leave a comment down below. I promise not to read it. Until next time.